Hi kids, it's Miss Citron here, and I thought I would share another Passover story with you that I really like, and it's called The Passover Parrot. Now you're going to say, what does Passover have to do with parrots? And that's the question I asked when I opened the book. Well, you'll soon find out, and it's pretty funny. The Passover Parrot by Evelyn Zussman. And it's a story about a girl named Lily, and she lives in New York. Probably this took place a little while ago, and she has a big family, and her neighbor drops off a parrot. Well, Lily is thrilled about that, her mother less so, and it was right before Passover. I loved our brownstone house in Brooklyn. It had a large, homey kitchen and lots of room upstairs, and best of all was the big backyard with the tall oak tree that shaded us from the summer sun. My brothers Joey and Saul and I loved to play there, especially in the springtime. One day, our neighbor, Mrs. Brown, knocked on our door. "Good morning," said Mama. "What's that you're holding? Your parrot?" "Yes, Mrs. Cohn, I'm moving. Wouldn't you like to keep him?" And she noticed me tugging at Mama's skirt and pushed the cage into my hand. "For you, Lily, a present." I want to make sure you see all the pictures. There is the neighbor, Mrs. Brown, and she is giving the parrot to Lily. And before Mama could say, 7 children and a parrot, Mrs. Brown was gone. I jumped with such delight that I scared the parrot half to death, and Mama shook her head. "More things to take care of," she grumbled. "I'll help you, Mama. You'll see." Well, it was shortly before Passover. Let me make sure you see all the pictures here. It was shortly before Passover, and Mama was cleaning the house, removing all the chametz, the leavened foods we can't eat on the holiday, and she began to refer to the parrot as the chametz sticka bird, and before long we all called him Chametz. "Can you say the 4 questions in Hebrew?" Papa asked me a few days before the Seder. His smile seemed to say, "It's okay if you can't." But Joey was old enough to ask them in English, so I made up my mind to learn them in Hebrew. "Mama, will you listen to me ask the 4 questions?" I asked, but Mama was too busy. "Ask Joey to listen to you," she said. I asked Joey. "Why me?" he said. "Ask Saul or Rachel or Franny." "Never mind," I replied. And in the end, I chose chametz. He was never too busy to listen. In fact, he loved it when I practiced. "Ma nishtana halayla hazeh," I sang, and Chametz repeated in his parrot's squeaky voice. "Ma nishtana halayla hazeh." "Mikol halelot," I continued. "Mikol halelot," squeaked the parrot. Would Papa be surprised? I could hardly wait for the Seder. And there is Chametz practicing with Lily. At last the day came. David and Franny helped Mama in the kitchen. Rachel and Saul set the table. Joey, Becky, and I checked that everything was in order. "Hagadot?" Joey asked. "Check," I said. "Charoset?" Becky said, sampling some. "Wine? Enough for every cup, and Elijah's too," Papa called from the kitchen. Oh, there's their Seder table with everyone around it, all the relatives. It looks great. The guests arrived all dressed up. After we admired the table, we took our places, and Papa began the Seder. He broke the middle matzah and put half back under the satin cover. He wrapped the other half in a napkin. "This is the afikomen," he said, putting it behind the pillow on his chair. "Whoever brings it to me after dinner will get a reward." We all smiled. Joey laughed. He had already taken the afikomen. "Here, Lily, hide it quickly," he whispered. I snatched the napkin with the afikomen and ran upstairs to my bedroom. As I slipped back into my seat, Papa called, "Quiet, everyone. Lily will ask the 4 questions." And I stood on a chair and began to sing, "Ma nishtana halayla hazeh." And as I paused to take a breath, Chametz, who had been sitting quietly in his cage in the living room, repeated in his squeaky parrot voice, "Ma nishtana halayla hazeh." All eyes turned to Chametz. I tried to continue. Me call Hallelot, the parrot squeaked right after me. Me call Hallelot. My brothers giggled. The guests laughed. Take the parrot up to the bedroom, Papa ordered. Wow, this is some parrot. When I came back, I sang the 4 questions without a single mistake. The guests clapped and Papa smiled. With the sweet singing and the delicious meal, I forgot about the parrot. At last, Papa called for the afikoman so we could finish the Seder. Joey, do you have it? No, Papa. Saul, do you have it? No, Papa. Lily? Yes, Papa. May I have the afikoman, please? I ran to my bedroom, but there was no afikoman. I looked under the table and under the bed, no afikoman, and there was no parrot either. Uh-oh. Okay, got a little problem there, but I think we're okay. The cage door was wide open and Chametz was gone. I sat down on the floor and began to cry. Papa sent Joey and he searched too. Then came Saul. In a minute, he knew exactly what had happened. Follow me, he said. Joey and I followed him down the stairs, through the kitchen and out the back door into the yard. There was Chametz, perched on a branch of our tall oak tree, holding the afikoman tight in his beak. Somebody has to climb the tree, Saul said. You'd better go, said Joey. I might tear my new pants. No, don't go, I said. Let me talk to Chametz. Then at the top of my lungs, I sang as loudly as I could, Ma nishtana halayla hazeh. Chametz couldn't resist. He opened his beak and repeated, Ma nishtana. The afikoman dropped. Did Joey catch it? Did Saul? No. I caught it myself, well, what was left of it. When I turned around, the whole family and all our guests were standing behind me, watching and clapping. As we returned to the house to finish the Seder, we heard echoes of a squeaky voice singing, Ma nishtana. Chametz had flown quietly back through the window into the cage. Perched on one leg, he was practicing for the second night's Seder. And that is the really fun story of the Passover parrot. Makes me wish I had a parrot who could say the Ma nishtana at Pesach time. Do you?